It's a great day for a car cruise in Beaver Falls. Welcome to the city for the 32nd annual Beaver Falls Car Cruise. The sun is shining, the weather is perfect, and the cars are looking awesome. I'm Mike Romai from Beaver County Radio, and we want to bring a lot of stuff going on here today. We're going to have a flyover here. Donna Groom is already here. She's going to be singing the national anthem. And joining us now is the cruise chairman, Tom Gargaro. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Mike. How are you this beautiful day?
Can you ask for a better day?
Couldn't ask for a better day. It's beautiful, and good morning, good afternoon, Beaver Falls. It's a beautiful place to be today.
I think this was the first in Beaver County, and I think it's the biggest in Beaver County as well.
Actually, Mike, we do believe it's the third largest east of the Mississippi, right here in beautiful downtown Beaver Falls.
And where do you get people coming in from?
We got people coming in from 7 states in Canada, including Florida.
Wow. And these cars are beautiful. And if there was a cloud in the sky, we wouldn't be able to see it today because these cars are just shining. The chrome is shining. And you got to have sunglasses when you're down here because of that.
The cars are beautiful. The people are wonderful. We welcome everybody to Beaver Falls. I think everybody's going to have a fantastic time today.
Oh, they always do. 32 years in the making, and you've got a special presentation coming up in just a couple of minutes, don't you?
I sure do.
I think he's standing right there, Steve Peterson.
What I'd like to do, if I could, Mike, is, you know, a lot of people know that for the first 25 years, the Happy Days Car Club put on the Beaver Falls Car Cruise. The first year in 1990, there were 6 cars down at the high school.
All right, they just rode around the high school down there.
Yeah. So 7 or 8 years ago, Steve Peterson got a group together, which is now the Beaver Falls Car Cruise Committee, and we'd like to recognize Steve. He is now our Car Cruise Chairman Emeritus.
How is it? We'll bring him up. Come on up. How does it happen, Tom, though, that the cars are 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, but the guys get older? The cars, they don't seem to age at all. Steve, welcome and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, thank you so much for being here. I'll try and be short, but my big mouth is what got me into this to begin with. I was at a Merchants Association meeting, and the old car cruise guys, the Happy Days guys, said it was their last year. They were getting old. They couldn't do it anymore. And I stuck my hand up. I said, well, hey, how about teaching me how to do it? And they did. And I did the car cruise with them 1 year, started recruiting, went to the other club, the Cruise and Few, recruited a few people there from where I work, friends, neighbors, put a committee together like nobody's business. And almost everybody that started on the committee, Tom, almost everybody's still there. We start meeting in January to get organized, and we meet all the ways right up through the week before the car cruise. It's a great group of people. I'd like you to give them a big round of applause. They're just the best people we ever met. Car people, Beaver County people, good people. So Beaver Falls, I can't say enough about Beaver Falls. The city, look at the city. Look up and down this street.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Great looking city. I want to thank the mayor, Kenya. I want to thank the city manager, Mick. I want to thank the policemen, firemen, street department. You ought to see when we trash this town by 8 o'clock tonight, okay? I mean, if you drive through here tomorrow morning, you could never tell anything even happened.
It's a
great
job.
Group of people. So,
Steve, we want to thank you so much for taking the ball and running with it 6 years ago. And Rich Fubio and all those older guys who passed the baton on to you. And now, Tom, you've got the baton. It's just remarkable. And it's because of the successes that you all have had over the years that this continues to thrive. And more cars and more people are attracted to it. And you mentioned the city of Beaver Falls, and let's bring up the mayor, Kenya Johns, and the city manager, Mick Jones. Come on up, guys. And what a beautiful day in the city it is for Beaver Falls, and y'all have to be proud of this. Mayor Kenya Johns, Mick said give the microphone to you.
We're going to share the mic.
Okay, you're the boss. Okay, so here we are. How long is 7th Avenue? How long is this street?
17 blocks.
17 blocks? They go all up and down. It's labor intensive for the city as well, though, because you shut down all the roads, you make sure everything is working right, the sanitation department and everything else. You put it all together. And this is the 32nd one in Beaver Falls. Awesome. What does it mean to the city to bring thousands of people in here on one day out of the year?
It means a lot. First of all, I'd like to welcome everybody to the city, and then also I'd like to thank Tom and his team with the car crews, and particularly our great city clerk, Paula Dura. She coordinates a lot of the work between the car crews and the city, so a lot wouldn't be done without her, so I want to thank her for her efforts. But it is very significant for the city because a lot of our local vendors have an opportunity to display their goods and services, and a lot of people don't even know a lot of the business. So when they come, they're able to see what Beaver Falls has to offer.
And the latest installment on the city to beautify the city, the downtown area, is the park over by the library with the fountain.
Absolutely, yes. I've been blessed to see some folks going by taking pictures and experiencing the beauty of the park, and we have some other things we're going to be adding as we move along.
And just when we look at the downtown, it's really important that we see that this is a step in the right direction. And I think it's really important to also thank Mr. Jones for trailblazing this and helping everyone organizing it together. So I wanted to make sure that I give him thanks as well, because I appreciate him.
Well, you guys are doing a great job with many things going on for the families in Beaver Falls and the businesses in Beaver Falls. I know just a week ago you had an after-school bash down at former Ruby Playground, which you're going to build a new playground down there with the city's help. 2nd Avenue Playground basketball courts. You're going to have a Juneteenth celebration down there on the 17th as well. So you're planning a lot of functions around the families and making it more family-friendly for the city.
Absolutely. You know, the future of Beaver Falls includes all the voices that are here, but letting people know that this isn't new, right? We're one community. We're united. We're looking to grow better together, and I just think that's really important.
All right. Very good. Mayor Kenya Johns, City of Beaver Falls, Mick Jones, City Manager, thank you so much for all the work that you do in Beaver Falls.
Thank you guys, too, for being here.
We appreciate it. We appreciate you. And coming up next is Beaver County Commissioner Tony Amadeo. I saw the commissioner just a couple of minutes ago, and he was driving. Was that a Mercedes that you were driving in?
It's an old Mercedes.
It's an old Mercedes.
Old, very old.
And it's a convertible, too.
Convertible, yes.
I see your wife right there. She's taking
Yes.
pictures. Did you give him sunscreen for today?
Please,
He won't
you
wear
had,
it.
you had to mention that. Before I went out the door, she said, Tony, make sure you put sunblock on.
Right.
I said, I'm not going to need sunblock.
Yeah, look at these freckles, Tony.
So we rode up and down 7th Avenue, and of course my arms and the top of my head is burning. So again, I should have listened to her. It's always a pleasure coming to Beaver Falls. The last time I was here was for the dedication of the park, which is a great park. At first, when they were closing down the road, I didn't understand it until I came to the actual grand opening. It's a beautiful park. And then across the street, the Beehive.
Right
I
down
actually, there are pictures with me with a hard hat on. I haven't worn a hard hat since 1972. There's a picture of Jack and I pounding the walls, breaking the walls down for the original dedication for the Beehive. And you can see that it's growing. What I'm trying to say here is that Beaver Falls is going through a renovation, a renaissance, so to speak. And the commissioners are pretty proud to be a small part of that, helping them get some of their funding. Again, it's always a pleasure coming here. Mike, it's always a pleasure talking with you.
It's always great being with you, Tony.
I remember 18 years ago when I first met you.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Okay. And it's good to be back and see all the success that you've had as a commissioner for the entire county.
Well, thank you.
Good to see
Appreciate
you again, Tony.
it.
All right.
Likewise.
Very good. And joining you now is Beaver County Commissioner Jack Manning. Good morning, Jack.
Well, first of all, congratulations again to all the organizers, Tom and Steve and everybody. This is one of my favorite days of the year is to come here, and I've been doing it for quite a while now, about 20 of these. And always appreciate the effort that goes into this. I'd like to thank our first responders. Kudos to the mayor This is my adopted downtown. I love it here in Beaver Falls, as you know, Mike.
People should know
Spent
that
a lot
about
of time
you, Jack.
here. Yeah.
Before you became commissioner, you were very involved in communities, and Beaver Falls was one of them. You always championed Beaver Falls and brought funding, tried to get funding to come here.
Absolutely. It's just great to see the transformation that's happening here. I'd also be remiss if I didn't ask us to thank our troops and those that are serving. Tomorrow, it's always very poignant for me this day. Tomorrow would be Staff Sergeant Dylan Elkin's 30th birthday. He died November 27, 2018 in Afghanistan, defending our country. And I always like to remember Steve, his grandfather, Ron Bagolia. I wear this wristband in his memory. So let's not forget. Let's continue to honor those who serve. So
Very good.
Thank you for everything.
Beaver County Commissioner Jack Manning, thank you so much for donning the red, white, and blue today. And I see Beaver County Treasurer Sandy Agley out in the crowd today. State Representative Jim Marshall is here as well. Very proud to not only wear the state colors, but the Beaver Falls colors, because State Representative Jim Marshall is a graduate of Beaver Falls High School, was very instrumental in the band and everything else going on here. Jim, thanks for coming out. I know you don't miss a car cruise.
That's right. And once a tagger, always a tagger, right?
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah. What does this mean
Beaver
to you?
Falls
You see
proud.
all Beaver Falls. When you see Beaver Falls filled up like this.
It's awesome. I mean, it's great to see so much going on here. I was just down at the Beaver Falls Sports Museum. What an asset that is. I mean, you really got to come downtown today. Kids of all ages are going to enjoy the cars and trucks here. Kind of when you see the one when you were driving in high school, it takes you back a little bit, and you can relive that moment. So, Mayor Kenya Johns has done a great job in the city, along with Chief Johnson from the police department and Chief Stowe from the fire department. Appreciate you guys. Mick's done amazing down here. I hope everybody, all your listeners, come down. I'm glad to have WBVP here today and getting the voice out. So,
Always good to have you here, Jim.
thank you.
Thank you
Appreciate
so
it.
much for coming down for the opening ceremonies and
Bet.
enjoying the car cruise. I don't know about you, but that car that I had back in high school or late in the late 70s, I don't even know where it is, but it's one of those things you think, boy, if I could only have that one back.
Yeah, I know what you mean. When I was in high school, I was driving a Vet. It was a Chevette, though, not a Corvette. So I was poor boy. But I asked my granddaughter, "What do you like, Tootsie Rolls or Twizzlers?" And she said, "I like them both." So I like them both out here. All the cars are awesome.
Oh, yeah. You got to
Thank
take
you.
a trip up and down 7th Avenue to see everything that's out there. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
State Representative Jim Marshall, 32nd Annual Beaver Falls Car Cruise. And let me see, we've got to get Tom Gargaro up here once again. Oh, there you are. Hanging out over there, making sure nobody's messing with your car. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So a couple things first, just for a quick minute, Mike. I want to let everybody here know about some special things going on at our headquarters. It's over next to the falls, that beautiful new park that they built over there. One, we have a handmade quilt that actually Eddie Crow, who works for Beaver County Radio, Eddie Crow's mother in Indiana, handmade that quilt. It's a quilt with a silhouette of a police officer with a canine dog. He donated that quilt. It's $5 a ticket, and I'm 3 for $5. I'm asking my wife, 3 for $5, and all the money that comes from that quilt goes to the Beaver Falls Canine group. So please come over and support that. We also have, I want to let you know about the Baden Fire Department is in front of the library. The Baden Fire Department is raffling off a beautiful Indian motorcycle. I think it's around 1,800 cc's. It's brand spanking new. The winner gets the motorcycle and the trailer. So please support the Baden Fire Department by buying tickets, and I'm going to buy a few more, hopefully 2 for me.
All right, sounds good, but it's going to look awfully funny if you win it.
Yeah, I know.
All right. Here's the canine officer. He's not doing any bomb sniffing here on the stage or sniffing for drugs or anything like that.
Are you
But he-
clean, Mike? Or? I know I am.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I'm
today
trying to
we're
see-
clean.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
today.
I'm trying to see if I have room for handcuffs.
So, the whole Beaver Falls Car Cruise Committee, of course, we're huge supporters of Beaver Falls. The Beaver Falls Police Department, the Beaver Falls Fire Department, the Beaver Falls Street Department, and everybody in Beaver Falls makes this big event happen. What we'd like to do today, we have Officer Josh Wetter here with his wonderful dog Figo, and I actually had the pleasure of seeing him last week and getting a chance to say hi. So the Beaver Falls Car Cruise Committee would like to make a $500 donation to the Beaver Falls Police Department for their canine program. Thank you very much for what you do every day to protect the community.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. This is a great program we have. We utilize our dogs not only in our community but the surrounding communities. Just an amazing program we have. We're able to utilize them for tracking, detection, article searches, and obviously community relations, which is very important in today's world. Being able to get out with the community and have a little bit better bond with everybody, because you might not like me as a police officer, but you're gonna love Figo. So thank you again, guys.
Thank you very much, and thank you for all the work that you do protecting the city and your canine. I know I have grandsons here today, and they just love it when you bring the canine around. They're in kindergarten and younger, and they love the fire dog. So it's a big part of bringing the children into the community. Thank you so much for being here. Next up, we're going to bring in Donna Groom. Donna.
Thank you so much, and thanks for your support. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
We're going to do David Smith. Okay. We're just trying to coordinate with the flyover. The flyover is coming up.
Can we do that?
We good for that?
Okay. You're
Okay.
the boss.
All right. We are so honored and proud to have Donna Groom with us again today. Donna is a treasure in Beaver County and throughout the Pittsburgh area. She sang with the Skyliners. She's still performing with the Skyliners, doing her, she does a lot of individual work as well, and she's working on a special project for veterans and veterans memories. So Donna is here today, Donna Groom, to sing our national anthem. Donna?
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. You can sing with me. I'm going to need your help. I'll keep it nice and low. Ready? Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail by the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous skies o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Thank you. Cisco, where's our plane?
You're going to talk. We're in the holding pattern. They were listening to your beautiful rendition of the national anthem.
Okay, Mike and Donna, such a wonderful job. Thank you so very much. What a beautiful job. Thank you for doing that for the cruise today. Next on the agenda of the opening ceremonies, if everybody will look down towards the new Brighton end, in a minute or so, you're going to see a historic warplane come into sight. This is a C-47 called Luck of the Irish. It flies out of the Beaver County Airport, out of the Air Heritage Museum. This plane, in and of itself, this actual plane, made drops at the Battle of the Bulge twice. It took ground fire, It also participated in Operation Varsity, which was when the Allies crossed the Rhine. To date, still the largest airborne assault ever in history. This plane is maintained to a high level. Next year it will be 90 years old, this plane, and it flies like it's brand new. I'm looking for it, and it's coming in about 1 minute. So just so that everybody understands, as this plane comes and does a flyover, it will fly up 7th Avenue towards Geneva. It will take a loop around, fly back down towards New Brighton, do one more loop around, and come back up 7th Avenue. According to FAA regulations, the plane cannot fly any lower than 1,000 feet. Every year when we have the plane here, people say, I wish it would get it to come closer to the ground so we could see it, you know. But, I mean, we do things by the book, and it really is a historic plane that Air Heritage is so very, very proud of. So I see it up in the air. If you look up in the air.
Oh, I see it now.
That's an 89-year-old war plane
Get
coming at us called Luck of the Irish. And it's being piloted today by Dave Messersmith and John Lindsay. And we have a crew on there, a crew chief. I think he's taking a video of us from the air. So here they come.
Get your
A
cameras
beautiful
ready.
plane. That's the Luck of the Irish coming flying overhead. Beautiful job, beautiful job. A very, very historic plane and a wonderful addition to the Beaver Falls Car Cruise. Take a good look, get some videos of it. It will come back down 7th Avenue and then come back up one more time. So it's a really, really special thing for everybody to see that historic plane, and I hope everybody enjoys seeing it.
What a sight, Tom. Thank you so much for organizing this whole thing today. I know that the Car Cruise Committee and Frank Sparks and everybody has been so busy over the past year. You guys get started early on in the year making plans for this. The one thing that you can't plan for is the weather, but you couldn't have asked for a better day than today.
Well, I know a lot of people have heard this story, but can I tell it, Frank? So my father was a weatherman. That's what he did. He worked for the National Weather Service. He's been gone a long time. I say hello to my mom and dad up in heaven every day. I never ask them for anything, except once a year I'll say, Dad, you were a weatherman. And look what he gave us today, Mike, huh? It's a beautiful, perfect day, and a perfect day for everybody to enjoy themselves.
Gorgeous. You have a favorite car out here, Tom? Do you drive one of these?
We do have a favorite car.
His wife says,
We actually are blessed to have a 1967 Cadillac DeVille convertible parked right near the front of the headquarters, and it was my father's car. So it's a very sentimental car to us, and even when we were driving down here at about 20 after 5 this morning, we were talking about we hope Mom and Dad are proud of us keeping that car going. So I have to say that's my favorite car. Now, this red beast next to me is getting close. I haven't had a chance to look at that, but I do believe that's Frank Sparks' car, huh?
Yeah, we're going to have to keep it clear from the flyover coming back from Geneva.
Yep, and here comes the Luck of the Irish again, folks. Again, he's right at about 1,000 feet off of the ground there, and just majestic to watch that historic plane. The only car cruise in the tri-state area that has a plane like that flies over, and we appreciate the folks that are flying that plane and that maintain it. Tell me that's not pretty cool, huh?
Very good. Thank you, Tom. There it is again. Take your pictures. Going to be 90 years old next year, they say. Well, thank you so much, Tom. Thank you for all that you do.
You're welcome. I got one more presentation.
Okay, yes. We have another presentation coming up.
From Tiger Paw.
David Smith is here from Tiger Paws. David Smith is here, and Tiger Paws is an integral part of the city with all they do for the youth, with what they've done on the main street, helping out in different storefronts, things like that. And David, you're new to Beaver County.
Yeah, that's right. I've been here for about 5 years, and I love the community, and we are motivated in this community by the love of Christ that we've experienced every day, and that's really the motto of Tiger Paws. P-A-U-S-E is pause and reflect on the goodness of Christ. And so as we do that, that's what motivates us to serve this community for 35 years and hopefully another 35 more to come.
Very good. He just bought a house in my old neighborhood. So, again, beautifying the city and doing a lot for the city through Tiger Paws.
Where's your old neighborhood?
Right down the block here, 14th Street and 4th Avenue. Absolutely. My son and daughter-in-law and their son Aiden, who's here today, now live in that house. So it's a nice up-and-coming neighborhood with a lot of young families.
That's really nice. We think Beaver Falls is one of the most beautiful towns around, and it's good to hear that people like you are moving here and keeping the city vibrant. The whole city government here works so hard to keep the place beautiful. And I'll just tell you a personal thing. I love the falls. I love the falls. I think it's the coolest thing, and I think it fits so perfectly. So.
Now, is your old Cadillac parked in front of the falls over there?
Yeah, it's right past that orange Camaro. You can only see the front end sticking out, but when you got time, Mike, I'd like you to come over and see it.
It's not one of those ones with fins on it, is it?
No. The fins went away in '61. This is a '67.
See, car guys know that kind of stuff, but that's a beautiful shot to be able to take with your Cadillac in front of the falls.
It is.
Very good. And you have a special presentation for Tiger Paws.
I do. So, first of all, we'd like to thank Tiger Paws on an event this large where there are thousands or tens of thousands of people. By the way, folks, just real quick, here comes the luck of the Irish for its last Passover, the Beaver Falls Car Cruise. Dave Messersmith and John Lindsay, beautiful job up there flying, my friends. And just a beautiful, beautiful historic plane to see. Beautiful. So Tiger Paws generously is helping us today with one of the hardest things to do at a cruise like that, and that is control the garbage, the waste, right? Every half an hour, the trash cans are filled. They voluntarily brought a big group of people here to help us with that large task. So, and for what all Tiger Paws does, the Beaver Falls Car Cruise Committee would like to make a $500 donation to Tiger Paws. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. And this will go right to the kids. They'll be seeing this at summer camp right now.
I love it. I know you'll put it to good use. And thanks again for all your help today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mike, if I could say one more thing real quick, please.
Anything you want.
Thank you. I also want to let everybody know that over here on 14th Street by the Angeles Apartments and Muscle Car Pit Stop, good friend of ours, Dan Nayhouse from AK Nayhouse, he's selling a 50-50 over there. Every penny that 50-50 makes goes to the McGuire Memorial Home. So please go over and take a 50-50 ticket, buy a 50-50 ticket. Also, down there, I think if you buy a full strip of tickets, Dave Dixon from Valvoline, you'll get oil and some Valvoline products. So please stop over there and support that. It all goes to the McGuire Home. The last thing I would say is, as we do every year, we have 400 or 500 Car Cruise T-shirts specifically for this year. We always put a committee member's car on it. This year it's Gary Klimuk's 66, I think, Nova. So please support that. Support all the 7th Avenue merchants who allow us to make this happen and our great sponsors. And thank you, Mike Romai, for hosting this opening ceremony. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
My pleasure. Beaver County Radio is proud to be a part of it each and every year.
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Tom. And it's the 32nd annual. When is Sam Malloy doing back in town? Sam, what are you? You're down in Florida, right? Oh, you just come up for the car cruise. Good job. All right, Sam Malloy. All right, Frank Sparks, you have anything you want to talk about here? Frank Sparks, our program director. That's pretty nice that Paula has a golf cart with her name on it. Paula works relentlessly, and she has for years. I saw you last night. I was going down to the Turners for the Jaggers thing, and I saw you putting caution tape up down about 18 blocks down that way. So you didn't get much sleep last night then, huh? No. All right, very good. Donna Groom. Donna, you want to come back up here? I didn't really get a chance to let the people know what it is you're doing before we go to music. Donna Groom, of course, member of the Skyliners, and she sings all over the place. No, she local town, and you have your own CDs out there. You've been still doing music for a lot of years, but you're doing something special for the veterans. Can you talk about that?
Well, right now I'm looking for management for this program and to put it into theaters, and that's what you need to do if you're going to, take it around. So we've taken letters from veterans from the War of Independence up until 2018, which I believe is Afghanistan. We got some great letters from people. Actually, Air Heritage gave us a lot of money to develop the video portion of it because the show is multimedia, and so what we do is we feature each letter, and you look at the screen and you see the veteran, and there's memorabilia and all sorts of things like that. Then after that, we follow up with a song from that era. And it's funny to see how letter writing has changed, the style that people write, and also the music has also changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the show is great because you can switch out letters and music, so you can change it up all the time.
It's a wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful idea. Thank you,
Looking for a
Donna.
manager.
Okay, very good. Contact Donna Groom. Go to her website. Very good. And the emotions that you see when you see the flags of the veterans on the poles, on the light poles, not only through Beaver Falls but through all of our communities, remind us of the sacrifices made to keep our country safe over the years. So, with that said, we're going to stay here on the stage and talk to different people at different times during the broadcast. We're going to be here till 7. I'll be here till 2. Eddie Crow comes on at 2. But a lot of great music, oldies for the car crews. J.D. Merkel is up in the studio, and he's going to start playing those tunes as the car cruise continues until 7 p.m. here in Beaver Falls. Gentlemen, start your engines. Until 7 p.m. here in Beaver Falls. Gentlemen.